What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the No Face Crypto channel. There's no face, there's no case. You feel me? Well, we do have a case on our hands. I'll tell you that much with the SEC right now. Forget about it. I'm letting you guys know right now. You know what? I'm going to just pose a question. Instead of even rambling, I'm going to pose a question. Name me another crypto that's been sued directly by the SEC. I can wait. Matter of fact, drop it in the comments if you have an answer for me. Drop in the comments. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. All right. So listen here. Think about it like this. When you're a kid and you do something bad and you go, say you fucking broke something in the house that your mom didn't want you to break, right? The first phase of discipline is like a timeout or some, you know what I'm saying? You usually go with the hardest first. You instruct later. I mean, that's from experience. That's I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, right? I don't got kids, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. I believe the SEC has done this with XRP. I mean, everyone knows this. The signs are clear. I've covered this before. All right. This case will be over. The regulatory clarity, nothing has changed with that. This is purely procedure, and that is it. So, what I need you guys to understand is stack up your XRP. Now, what we have here, I'm sorry for all these stupid pop-up ads. I'm going to have to get off of this. But, so I'm going to make this video as short as possible. You know what? Here you go. We'll just make this look a little better. Alright? So, just real quick. I don't know how current this is. This definitely changes. And I'll explain that in just a second. But this is the XRP rich list. If you hold 2,500 XRP, you're in the top 10% of holders. If you hold 9,000 XRP, you're in the top 5% of holders. 11K, you're at 4%. Alright? Now, I'm not saying you guys have to go and your goal should be to make this list. Alright? But I believe if you're even in the crypto space, if you've even bought a meme coin before, or even thought about buying crypto, stop. And before you do anything, you need to acquire at least 1,000 XRP first. That is truly what I believe. If you want to just, I think a good goal for anybody right now is to acquire 1,000 XRP. All right. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'll just say, since the time I have been in XRP, the number to get into the top 10% has changed drastically. Drastically. And that's all I'll say. So, it's really interesting. As time goes on and we get more of a market share, this number down here is going to go lower and lower and lower as the price in XRP goes higher and higher. And eventually, to be in like the top 10% of holders, you only need 1,000 XRP. I'm telling you, this is literally what's happening in front of our eyes. So it doesn't really matter in long term with this SEC case. I don't want you guys to like get nervous or anything like that. I just want you to know, like, I think 1,000 XRP is enough. If you don't plan on selling it for like a decade, 2 decades, and I know that's like crazy to say, but you guys have to think long term here. And technology adoption, what we've seen with the internet, I mean, technology adoption, that took what, like 20, 30 years full adoption. Everyone has iPhones. So think about it. We're I mean, in real crypto, what is this? What are we, year 15, 17? I don't, we're pretty deep. So we're not far away. I would say a decade less, even less than that, tops, for XRP to get full or for crypto in general, the space to get full adoption. So, if you're even watching this video, I don't know who is and who isn't, but if you're even watching this video and you're not already invested in this space, I don't have much left to say to you, but that I've given you all the signs on this channel pretty much, and in the dumbest, most lamest form possible. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some analytical person. I know all this stuff, but I know when a chart looks good, and I'll tell you right now, all the charts look good. And I'll tell you right now, off of this SEC news, XRP barely moved down, and 6% is absolutely nothing in the crypto market. I also would like to mention XRP ETFs are on the way. Spot ETFs will be on the way. And when that happens, just understand the Bitcoin ETF was the highest performing ETF in history. Out of all ETFs in history. Swear it. Swear. So, and look that up. So, when the XRP ETFs drop, and they will, there are people at banks that are saying right now that there's more interest in this XRP ETF than there was in the Bitcoin ETF. There's no interest in Ethereum ETFs. And that's just the truth. So when these XRP ETFs, we haven't gotten stable coins, we haven't gotten full regulations yet, we haven't gotten XRP ETFs. We have barely gotten institutional level staking and DeFi at all. And also keep in mind the XRP ledger itself will have DeFi on it at some point. So yeah, I mean, huge news. You know, the news is that the opportunity is right in front of you and you have to buy. Not financial advice. I don't care how much money it is. If you have to set up a dollar cost average, if you have to buy weekly, every 2 weeks, every month, then do that. But I think every person who's smart enough to see what's going on right now should be shooting for at least 1,000 XRP. Minimum. That might sound like a lot. It really might sound like a lot. But when XRP is worth $100, are you guys gonna be mad that you didn't buy at least 1,000 XRP? You know what I'm saying? So just pay attention to what's going on here and what's going on around you. There's a lot of signs in the space that you can't just see them up front. You have to look a little bit deeper. I'm gonna continue to dig a little bit today. There's not really much going on in this space on a Friday. The weekend's coming up. That was pretty huge news though, and we'll see what happens this next week. I think we could see a little bit of run. I don't know. We cooled down a little bit the second half of the week, so we will see. Regardless, you need to be stacking up now, and when this run happens, it'll be aggressive. It'll be fast. Make sure you know when you're taking profits. I'll tell you right now, tons of people don't. And I know for myself, if I see some crypto bags go up, I'm gonna be like, huh? I'm gonna want to sell, but if I actually see it, I don't know. That's a whole other situation. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with these thoughts today, and I want you guys to really think. You guys are on the precipice of a digital transformation unlike anything we've ever seen before in human history. This will be the biggest wealth transfer in human history. Nothing will ever happen like this again in your lifetime. So are you going to take the opportunity? Are you going to take the opportunity? That's just what I want to ask you, all right? No face, I'm out of here. Fuck the bots. Before I say anything else, and go, every single time I get so excited and I forget this. If you've made it to the end of the video, you deserve to hear this. Make sure you send this channel to all your friends, your people, subscribe, like, share, do what you gotta do. Turn the bells on, alright? At 500 subscribers, I'm giving away 50 XRP. Now I know that sounds like, oh, that's not a lot, that's not a lot. Okay, fine, miss out on the 50 XRP. That's fine. 500 subscribers, 50 XRP, no matter the price. It could be $100. I'm still sending it. Alright? I'm out of here. No face. Fuck the bots.